Yo, I'm Kavam.
Yo, I'm Rash.
And welcome to the Before Our Friends Die podcast on the akhi&saltfish digital network. This is the platform where we have the conversations we want to have before we leave this planet.
With that in mind, let's go.
Let's go. Rachel, how you doing?
I'm good, man. What are you saying, Kavan?
I'm all good, man. Listen, last time, unfortunately, you wasn't here to join me. But never mind.
Yeah,
We're back. We're back in the same room. And we've got a super special guest. So before we even introduce him, I've got to hit that green button, man.
Hey, come on.
If you're listening to this and you're from Northampton or now from Milton Keynes, you've probably eaten food from this guy's brain.
Yes.
Yeah. This restaurant is synonymous with the community.
100%.
It's so ingrained in what we do now. If we're hungry on a Friday night,
It's a Yumas thing.
should we get a Yumas?
Yeah. And, bro, this, you know, Yasser,
Yeah.
he's making me fat, bro.
Why?
These burgers, man. These burgers. We'll get to it soon, though.
So it's the 2-on-2s. Rochelle's been hit by the 2-on-2s.
2-on-2.
Yeah.
I've seen that new one as well, man. That, I don't know. It was
The chicken
6-on-6.
6-on-6.
I don't know, man. That big thing, man. It's not on the menu yet. They should call that the Rash Burger.
No, I wouldn't call it. Listen, if anyone's listening
Actually, yeah, you can't put
and they
the
work in the
Rash
Yumas market, don't call it the Rash Burger because we don't want to be... Anyway, moving on quickly. Our guest today is none other than Yasser from Yuma's Kitchen. So
hey, come on. I've been waiting for this one. Yes.
First of all, so far we've been on a great run of guests, and Yasser, I just want to express my gratitude for you being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us.
Time, man.
No stress. Appreciate you guys having me.
Let's jump straight in. Who is Yuma? Yuma's Kitchen. Who is Yuma?
Quickly, Yumas for us in Arabic, in colloquial terms, it just means mum.
Okay.
Because we started obviously in our mum's kitchen, we just called it Yuma's Kitchen.
Nice.
That's it.
So, how long then before Yuma's became what we see it is today? How long was this an idea before it even became a thing?
Do you know what's crazy? This, like, in terms of idea wise, my mum's been selling food in our community for a long time, and the idea just kept on coming. But in terms of actually doing it, we're talking about 2019. But in terms of the idea coming across, probably 2017, 2018, roughly.
So a good year and a half of thinking and
yeah, it took because obviously there's a variety of different things and all this kind of stuff, and finding the time to do it and the risk to do it and that kind of stuff. It took a while.
I'm happy you took that risk, man. I'm happy that you took that risk.
Me too. Let's delve into that risk a little bit more. What was that risk and what was going through your mind? What were the reasons not to do Yumas?
The reasons not to do Yumas could one of them is stigma, obviously, the fact that you're selling food and people look at it like, what, you ain't got nothing better to do. I know people nowadays, they look at it as everyone wants to be an entrepreneur or whatever they want to call it, but in certain aspects, and obviously understanding that it's a long game. It's not something that comes quickly, as we want generally as human beings. We want immediate gratification, all this kind of stuff. It takes a while. So just thinking about the risks in terms of something not working. Do you want to be associated with something that didn't work?
Yeah.
Are you, like, I mean yourself mentally. Are you ready to fail and then be accepting that in the community, knowing that you failed?
It's very true.
It plays a part.
It's very true. Listen, there's been plenty of times when I've said to myself, you can't stop, because if you stop, someone out there is going to know you stopped.
Yeah, they're going to know.
And that's going to bug you, even though they probably won't ever mention it, and you'll never cross paths. Just having that thought in the back of your mind that you stopped, someone knows you stopped, is horrible.
And they're happy that you stopped.
Yeah.
So it's that plays a big factor, because I don't know if we you understand what I mean? Like, mentally, I don't know if you're ready to deal with that. You're ready to go out to the community, because people that crack jokes. You'll be walking in the
what happened to that Yuma's Kitchen?
That burger
waste
man.
man.
Hey, that burger guy.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you took that risk, man.
I appreciate it.
Okay, you started off from your mum's kitchen.
Yeah.
I remember. How many days did you do in a week again? I remember I used to bail you.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember. We started in my mum's kitchen. It was 2 days a week. It was Friday and Saturday.
Sick.
And then we introduced Sunday a few weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it ended up being Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So your mum used to cook food in the kitchen and sell it?
Yeah. Like, yes.
Was it the same food?
Like, not exactly the same food. It depends if people order, like, bulk wise. For example, you have bachelors that want home food or whatever the case is, that they'll keep stocked up. Like meal preps, but not healthy.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
Someone mentioned to me years ago that you did like research on who's got the best burgers around, and tell us a bit more about that.
Okay, in terms of like a burger itself, I didn't consider it research. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So okay, look, I'll go back to
Just a good weekend for you.
yeah, no, but in all honesty, yeah. So I'll go back to the first question that you asked in terms of when the idea came. I was speaking to one of my close friends I was in uni with, that we stayed in the same place. And I was explaining to him like, after we already started Yumas, he was like, yes, it's crazy that this is like an idea that you guys had like 8 years ago came about, and I didn't know what he meant by it, but then he would remind me that, bro, we'd have conversations about what if Northampton had this, what if Northampton had that. Northampton was tired of millenniums, do you know what I mean? So
It's true.
100%.
so that was the discussion that we'd have back then, because all I would eat generally, like even though my mum's food, she cooks regularly, all this kind of stuff, I never ate at home. I would always eat out continuously. When I was at uni, Just Eat should have sponsored me. Do you know what I mean? All the burger places in Birmingham, Leicester, wherever, even when we went to Dubai and all that kind of stuff, it was of interest to me to find out like what place is good and all this kind of stuff. So whenever like me and our friends will go out, wherever, I'll be like, let's go to this place. That place is no, like, these are the benefits, these are negative, positives and negatives, whatever the case was. So when it came to actually doing something, you can, that information actually that you were doing research, whether it was over 10 years, actually came to benefit you. And whereas before it was just a waste of money. So
it's true.
So it's like that.
What makes a good burger?
Top quality ingredients.
Okay.
Top quality ingredients. Like you, whatever you do, you can't, bro. You can't like compromise on ingredients. So where we benefited from is the fact that obviously we was at the house for like 6 months. Yeah, well, I was making the burgers in the mum's kitchen. I was able to research, because this is not information that you actually just know. People think like you just Google it and you come find Google it, and then you got to research more, and then you got to find that supply and all of these kind of headaches. So pardon me. And then we're able to find the exact quality that we want, the exact ratio that we want, and then make sure you keep that consistent, because that's the biggest headache. After you find the best ingredients that you can find and make it at a reasonable price, the headache is obviously producing that on a mass scale.
And I was going to say the trial and error aspect.
Bro, how long do you think that would have been?
I don't know, man.
6 months?
Bro, it was a very long time.
Before it was a thing,
yeah.
do you know when I got the call like, Yasser's got a burger spot,
yeah,
come through, check it out. Before that, when did you actually, you took your time a couple of weeks beforehand or months, did you test it on friends, family before?
Yeah, so the idea that came about was, obviously you understand when you're living in your own little world, you think you're a revolutionary.
Yeah.
In your head, you think you're a genius. Little do you know, you're not. Yeah. So in my head, I ring up my nephew and I'm like, yo, imagine if you can get halal burgers, fresh, made to order, delivered to your house. Me thinking I just had a revolutionary idea. Yeah. And I'm like, imagine that, bro. Forget quarter pounders. Imagine you get that delivered, whatever. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, bro, imagine 5 guys delivered fresh burgers, halal, made exactly how you want it to your house, bro. And he's like, yeah, this is... He kind of just like didn't know what the flip I was talking about. He's like, yeah, that would be a good idea, yes, you know what I mean? Because I rang in bare times about some other stuff, you know what I mean? So what ends up happening is I do the research on my own, like just going to different places or going to see different things and all this kind of stuff. And then when I actually came about to... Because at first, obviously, we wasn't selling burgers. We were selling rice, chicken, rice and meat.
Oh, were you? I knew you were
rice
doing it with the
boxes
burgers.
Rice boxes.
Oh,
yeah.
I missed that stage.
It was just falafel burger we started with.
Oh, did you?
Falafel burger.
You're not a real Yumas fan. Come on.
Yasser knows I am. Yasser knows I am. Yasser knows I am.
Yeah, it was a few
Yasser's seen the
weeks.
accounts.
Yeah. He's I've seen my account, bro.
Yeah, it was like a few weeks, maybe a month or so, where we wasn't doing any burgers apart from falafel burger. Falafel burger started like that's another idea. I thought I was a genius at. Believe it or not, they do that. Like, I had no idea that people do falafel burgers.
You got to be your own biggest fan though. Sometimes
Yeah.
say, you know what, I'm a genius.
Yeah,
Kanye it, man. Why not?
My friend rang me and told me I'm not. So you do.
As a real friend.
Yeah, he goes,
I was gonna say, I knew you did the rice as well because it was a Friday thing, wasn't it?
yeah, like
Friday.
the lamb
The
biryani
Yuma
was a
thing.
Friday.
Yeah.
And then the chicken and rice was normal. Okay. Yeah. The falafel burgers obviously ran as normal. And then when it came to actually doing the beef burgers, one of the things I didn't do is actually research equipment.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, I was like, bro, it's about ingredients, this and that, cool.
I don't have to cook it now. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
So we started with a frying pan, like an iron skillet.
yeah,
So when you guys would ring for like 10 burgers,
yeah.
I was in there stressing. Yeah.
Baby out.
I could make one burger. It took like one patty at a time, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was late, that was the reason.
Yeah.
And I'll deliver it as well.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was the reason.
yeah.
I just
That was
want
the
to
reason.
pick up back on your mention of the network there. How important has it been in your progression to have those friends who you can call up and say, "Yo, I've got this new idea.
Yeah.
Soundboard it. Let me talk about it."
I've always had that in terms of like, for me, to answer the question like straightforward before we even go into detail is very important. Yeah, it's ridiculously important. And not to have the friends who are like, we all have them guys,
Yes,
man. Yes, man. And the other side, they're like, nah, that's a dead idea, bro.
Yeah,
And you're there like,
negative.
I'm talking about playing football. Like, shall we go and play football? Nah, I don't want to play football today. He loves playing football, but
Yeah.
because you suggested it, you don't want to play football today.
Yeah.
You have them kind of guys who are constantly negative because obviously some people are afraid of like,
Risk.
risk, and I put it there clearly as that.
Yeah.
It's like hating as well.
Nazar and that.
Yeah, you already know.
So what happened was, but luckily I have family that I do that with. So I have like my nephew's
He's at the shop.
oldest
Yeah, I
nephew,
mean, yeah.
he's like 24, something like that. Yeah, my oldest one. So I ring him, and then when I took the burger to him, and I took the burger to one of my other friends called Will, and they had it. Obviously, I'm like, bro, try this burger. And when they had it, they're like, oh yes, you've got something here. And obviously in my head, I'm thinking, I already know. In my head, like, honestly, I was thinking like, bro, because I eat burgers every day, we haven't got this, innit? And from there, they're like, oh, just go for it, whatever. Then from there, we was able to slowly try and master it, and then slowly able to add other products, obviously loaded and all this kind of stuff.
How was it? Was it just yourself in the kitchen, family? Who helped?
When at the beginning,
Yeah, at the beginning.
my mum,
Yeah.
because obviously we had kalmati and that,
Yes.
and that can only be made by her at the time, and falafel obviously was made by her until now. We had my mum, myself, my nephew. At the time it was like that, but my brothers would help here and there. Obviously they were at work and all this kind of stuff, so they would step in to help or whatever. And my eldest brother obviously was regularly in contact to deal with that kind of stuff. But that was a squad. But in terms of making the burgers themselves, no, that was just me.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just me.
How important was it for you to keep it within the family?
Very, because family's everything, man. Like I don't even know how to go around it. Not to get emotional, but family's everything. And there's family, and then there's extended family, meaning the people who you grew up with, people who you're with on a constant basis. Yeah. So the people who you'd pick up the phone and ring. Yeah. Because I find it, bro. I don't pick up you generally, as a human being, we get so busy we forget to pick up the phone and ring someone.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Generally speaking, unless you're an exceptional human being and you think about others all the time, then you need to get a life. But no, I'm joking. But no, like our brain is functioned. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
Our brain
absolutely.
is functioned like where we forget about stuff quickly or whatever. But the people that you ring and you see on a constant basis, their close friends or whatever, it's important to keep that all there.
And I can see that when I walk into Yumas, it's family in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got mutual friends, family in there.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the one, man. I
Of
get too
course.
much love in there.
Yeah.
I think that
exactly that.
that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. When I walk in, I'm not gonna like, hey, it's loving, man. It's always loving there. I sometimes
it's
go in there just to link up, man. Just go say, hey,
Rochelle's loitering.
yeah, just,
Hey
man, I want a burger, man.
Because Michelle's wasting our time.
Get him out. Hey.
That's hilarious. But no, very, very important. Very important. To understand your position in that family as well, meaning to understand that you do need to speak to someone who's older than you. Yeah, you do have to understand that you won't be good at these aspects of things or whatever the case was. You might be good at, for example, making a burger. You're not good at selling a burger, for example, whatever the case was. You need to have them people that you can entrust and who have the same passion and drive for that product or that company, whatever that thing is, whatever it is that you're trying to push, who have that same passion, that are able to push that for you, because bro, you get tired. Yeah, I don't even know how to say that. You get tired.
I've been there, right? When it's been like, you got this vision,
Yeah.
you know in your head how you want the vision to be,
Yeah.
but your skill set is making the burgers.
Yeah.
You have to entrust someone else
Yeah.
to sell the burger, to
Exactly.
market this burger. How do you deal with that? How did you navigate that at the start? How do you do it now?
At the start, it was simple. Yeah. At the start, it was okay. I'm gonna do this Instagram thing, and then people pull up to that. Like it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Without doing too much, you was just kind of like letting friends of friends discuss it, and then they come up and whatever the case was. But after that, in terms of trying to expand and all that kind of stuff, it becomes very, very important to be able to entrust people. And obviously how you do that is being self-aware in terms of yourself, what you're good at and what you're not good at. Because if you think you're good at everything, then I wish I was you. You know what I mean? In all honesty, someone thinks that if they are good at everything, and I wish I could be that, but obviously I'm not. I'm not.
You're human.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay, so towards the start, and I'll take us back to the start of this journey, was there any stages when it felt like this was a stupid thing to do, or a stupid thing to carry on? And to follow up on that, why did you carry on?
Stupid, no. Yeah. Stupid, no. In terms of, was there times where you thought like, bro, this is a lot?
Yeah,
It's a lot to-
uphill battle, yeah.
Yeah. That happened, especially at that stage, and I'm sure it would happen later on. It happens regularly. It happens regularly where you think, bro, I gotta keep doing this. I gotta keep pushing this, and the people around you. Obviously, then the people around you they're pushing it, whatever, and you can imagine they're getting tired of it. Like, it just happens. It's natural. You know what I mean, because you're thinking, where's my free time gone, and all this kind of stuff. And you're in your 20s, you're thinking, oh, I could be doing. But if you have passion for something, all that kind of stuff, you know what they say on Instagram, you have passion and you can achieve and you believe. Whatever they say. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was good. I thought you were rapping the rock song, man.
It's about drive. It's about.
When did you know it was feasible? When did you actually get the light bulb? Like, yo, this is a thing. Like, this is happening.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm so stupid, bro. So the first day, we've sold whatever. I'm in the car with my nephew, and I'm saying to him, I'm like, yo, Talal, this is the amount that's sold, whatever, and it's not a lot. Yeah, when I say insignificant, I mean insignificant amount.
Yeah.
I was like, if I do this times 7, that was my calculation in my head. Yeah.
Are you trying to get a day rate?
Yeah. So I was like, if I do this times 7 by week, it's like this, I can survive off that.
Yeah.
Then obviously, and my nephew's like, yeah, but my nephew's a bit better than me at maths. He goes, yes, I think you got to look at the profit and loss. I'm like, yeah, shut up, man. Don't ruin the time, man. We're having a good time. Don't ruin it. I know what I have to look at. So at that, like, to say, when did I think it was feasible? Straight away, in all honesty. Straight away, because I thought we had something. I don't know what it is. I thought there was something there. Straight, like, after the first day of sales, I just felt like there was something there. I enjoyed it. Like, obviously, I thought I was going to enjoy it, but you don't know until you're doing something. But when I say I enjoyed it, I mean, at the time I was on, I just had a knee surgery. Yeah. So I was walking around in crutches trying to do all of this stuff. Yeah. And I wasn't even complaining, bro, because you just had it like, I thought.
You had everyone outside. Yeah. Where's my
we
burger?
thought this was it, bro.
Yeah.
We thought this was like, I thought, hey, this thing could work. Especially, I don't know, it just, something was there straight away. Something was there.
I agree with that 100%. I remember when I first tried the burger, I was like, yo, this is a burger.
Rochelle's brain was like, all the dopamine receptors going off.
No, but that's what it was.
It was
Because
such
I
a
eat
thing,
burgers daily. Like, until now, I eat Yumas daily without fail. Yeah, I know healthy or not healthy, but it's not the point. Like, I eat Yumas daily without fail. So when people say like, how do you know something stayed the same? How do you know? I eat there daily. I have to have a mini loader. I have to have a cheeseburger. Like,
Is that
daily
important?
when I'm at work. I think it is, but people think I'm just trying to find an excuse. But I think it's important.
Yeah.
Because if I can, I'll be able to taste
It's
the
quality
difference.
assurance, isn't it? Yeah.
I'll be able to taste the difference straight away. I'll be able to be like, oh, okay, this person didn't cook this right, or this and that, and then you got to retrain them and all this kind of stuff. I think it's very important for me anyway.
I want to touch on something you mentioned earlier. When you look at your free time, you're like, your free time is being absorbed by Yumas. What's the reality of that? And what did it do to your free time? Because I think, we see a lot of these pictures about what business is like and, jets and all of this and success. But what does it do to or what has Yumas done to your free time?
At the beginning, for the first year or so, let's just say after we moved out my mum's house, bro, there was no free time. I don't know how to I don't know how to put this. And I'm not saying that as a good thing.
Yeah.
You understand that? That's the other side of things. I'm not saying that as a good thing. Like, yo, you got to be awake until 5 o'clock in the morning. No, I'm not advertising that. Like, I'm saying it's a bad thing. It might have been due to my lack of organization or our lack of organization. But it was constant, man. Like, even Mondays when we closed, you're thinking about, oh, there's this and that. What could I do? And that's another thing where it's very important. It's like, where could you improve?
Yeah.
Don't feel like you've got to the final product. Because for me, it's like, for us anyway, it's not that deep. Like, if you think there's a better way of improving something, you run that way of improving it. If it is better, then that's the way you end up doing it, whether it's through better equipment, whether it's through this, whether it's through that, regardless of like, never allow yourself to get to the point where you think we've hit the spot here, like this is it now, there's no more development, there's no
Don't
more,
get comfy. Yeah.
so that will take up a lot of my time in terms of like when you're at home. So if you consider that working, I personally do, because your brain is like, I would think about this, researching this, doing that, and I'm supposed to be on my day off. So obviously you got the family aspect of it, whereas your family, when I say family, I mean like if you're married or if you got a girl, whatever the case is, whether they're going to complain that you don't have enough time for them, or they're going to let you do you and be understanding of what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah. I think in all walks of life, that thinking time's so important.
Yeah.
Like, and I think we've maybe been a bit indoctrinated that, you know, you must work and that work must be physical or it must be always on mentally. And I think sometimes that free space to just think is as important as the doing.
Yeah.
I think you're definitely right in that one.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I look around the town and the way the town's developing and changing. You've got competition growing up all the time.
Exactly.
So you have to always be on and thinking about how you can stay ahead of the competition.
Yeah, 100%. And you have to be like, you have to do you. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. You have to like be sure with your customer, understanding that, bro, you're trying to get the best product out there for them, and making sure that that's the case without fail. Trying your best to make sure that's it. Obviously you fall short here and there, and you get at times where someone might be tired to do this and that, but you try and rectify them issues as much as possible.
And I think, you know, the competition that we have now, I think it is because of you. Because now everyone's opening up shop from their house.
Yeah, I'm going to say no comment to that.
The trend. You're a trendsetter. You're a trendsetter.
Say no comment to that.
I think I've seen so many people open up from the house. I think 100% you guys are defo a trendsetter.
But then this is a thing, like, it's when you open up from the house, that's fine, because, you know, we all, like, our egos all want something. Yeah, we all want to be told something. Yeah, whether you like it or you don't. Like, you dislike it, it's fine, but your ego, you're fighting with it constantly. Like, you do. If you're good at football, someone comes up, you know that gym thing where like, oh, you're getting big.
I want to be like you,
I
bro.
want to be like you, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing where you're trying to deflect it.
Yeah.
But your ego's constantly trying to fight with you. Yeah, it's constantly trying to be like, yeah, maybe I am good at this. Yeah, it's just how it is. And sometimes, anyways, but that's the case. So, as human beings, they look for those things. But at times, if you're not doing something with the right intention and with the right purpose of what you're doing, bro, it's a few weeks and then
Right.
it's long, because it's long, Rochelle, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
seen
know how
a-
to put this, Gavan. Like, it's long. Like, you understand when you're editing all of this and this and that. We can talk here. Yeah, it's all good. But then you got to go and edit.
Yeah.
And no one's with you when you're editing.
Nope.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
It gets long, and as your time is going, as you're getting older, you start thinking to yourself like, is this all worth it, what I'm doing? Because if it doesn't work, then what? If it doesn't work, then in people's eyes, you look like the idiot. But in your eyes, you're thinking, I've got this wealth of experience. There's no way I'm going to go back to doing whatever the norm in society is.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and kickstart again and go again. I'll keep on doing this for 50 years. I'm good. Like, as long as I'm earning a living, my family's okay.
Yeah.
When I say okay, I mean they're eating. They got a roof over their head. We roll again. You know what I mean? We kickstart. We just keep on going.
So with the skills, you can make hamburgers every day, man.
That's the reality. Yeah, we got a
that.
burger, man. Do you know what I mean? That's the reality. But yeah.
I want to explore the character of Yasser a little bit more. So obviously you've got a sociology degree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think has been transferable within that degree to this business. I mean, some people listening would say, okay, so if you had a crystal ball and you knew at this age you'd end up here, would you have taken your degree? What's your response to that?
100% yes. I wouldn't. There's no scenario someone could give me where I would not have taken my degree. There's no scenario like in my head that I can think of right now where I would have taken where I would not have taken my degree. At every situation, I would have taken that degree.
Yeah.
Why?
Every situation. The reason being, like, okay, we're at a time where obviously you have a lot of people, like obviously Gary Vee and all these kind of people that push the idea of like, forget
no sleep.
Yeah.
Ah,
This is
wake
it.
up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, do all of this and that.
Yeah,
Come on, mate,
yeah.
you're lying.
At
Your
least-
competition is working. What are you doing?
Exactly that. That's what they want us to do. So, and when they're pushing away like education and stuff like that, bro, those 3 years for the undergrad that I did were priceless, bro. Regardless whether I worked hard or not, that's not even my point.
Yeah.
I'm on about just being at uni, actually studying, and actually being in a different environment. The benefit was incredible. Let alone the studying. Yeah, leave the studying aside. That's a whole like personal thing. But generally, the experience is incredibly valuable. Incredibly valuable. I think for anyone, if that's what they want to do, they definitely shouldn't be like pushed away from it because they think, oh, I want to start a business or this and that kind of stuff. The experience will allow you to, when you're starting a business, to think like, oh, okay, I shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. Because those 3 years or 4 years you spend at uni, you're experiencing so many different things, which will allow you to avoid mistakes, hopefully later on, and allow you to come up with a better product or that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
So I'm not going to hide my agenda right now. I've also got a sociology degree.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a sociological evangelist.
Yeah.
I want to know
That's hilarious.
what is useful from the degree,
Yeah.
if anything,
Yeah.
that helps you here. You know,
Yeah.
Yuma's kitchen. You know,
Yeah,
how did you
okay.
get there? Yeah.
Directly.
Yeah.
In terms of right now, directly is there's a lot. I'm trying to think specific things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of sociology itself, is the understanding of people.
Yeah.
I know that sounds very cliche. People are like, do sociologists study people? Listen. When I talk about the understanding of people, I'm talking about understanding the different backgrounds,
Yeah.
the different cultures, all this kind of stuff. I'm discussing that. Now people can say you can read all of that. Yeah. That's you trying to be a smart ass. Yeah. what you get from sociology, the different backgrounds that you're studying, and also the social aspect of it. So, for example, one thing we studied was at uni was the idea of what was the term? I forget the term, but I think someone called it. Give me a second, I'll think about it. It's like a nice way of capitalism. Yeah, I can't remember the term exactly. It's like a nicer version of capitalism. So, for example, if you're doing work with someone, you try your best to give them the best environment for them to work in. You try your best to help them to go above and beyond for the workers.
Mm-hmm.
Because realistically, as much as there's a lot of workers or whatever, but you still need them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's still an extended version of yourself for that business. Yeah. So being able to understand that situation, being able to actually gain an understanding of who they are in that chain. Yeah. That chain of like running a company or whatever the case is. I'm trying to like avoid certain terms, of course. So that understanding there becomes priceless because I'm able straight away. So for people who are working with us now, we have a lot of young people working with us from 16 to 18 years old. The discussion and the guidance that they actually need, we would not have been able to give them if we did not go uni. If I didn't study sociology, there's a lot of things that they discuss I would not even be able to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for example, their decision whether to go uni or not to go uni. So some of them, they don't discuss with us, obviously. But the ones that do, they'll come and discuss with us and we're like, oh, yes, I'm thinking about this and that, or Mo, Sal, whatever, they think about this and that. We're able to, because we're all graduated, so we're able to actually help them coming from that background. Yeah, not coming from like from a one agenda. We're not coming from like people who didn't go uni, but we come up with a good idea, whatever the case is, but we really in our heart we have something against uni. We come from the aspect of, look, bro, uni has its place. It's very, very good for you to get a degree because we push that kind of idea because there's no rush. You've got time, bro. You're 18, 21, you're finished, 22, you're finished, and that kind of stuff. And that's what uni allows us to do, and that's what for me specifically, sociology allows us to do. Another side of it is the community work, obviously, that we try to do and all this kind of stuff, for me, is directly linked to sociology and understanding the impacts that ethnic minority face, in society. Understanding the statistics of. Let's not get into details, but we understand the situation. We understand the situation, but to have that kind of understanding and then have the means to be able to help them.
Yeah.
When I say help them, I don't mean like you're going there and you're Superman. You're going to say no. Being able to put certain things in place, but having to have that discussion, being able to mentor people or to even help them avoid certain things and that kind of stuff is priceless. Like we were discussing
off air.
Like I was discussing off air. So yeah.
Do you know what? I really love that aspect of Yumas, and it's actually only something I've got to know today. That sort of guidance side of Yumas and the mentorship and the supporting of the staff, not just as staff who have a job to do, but as people who can go beyond Yumas, but are being facilitated by Yumas at this point in time.
Yeah. So we try to do that by like in all situations. Yeah. So we have someone who, for example, is studying. He's studying what's he studying? Multimedia now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That person's the same person who does our videos. That person's and he gets paid for that.
Where's he studying?
Is it umbrella marketing?
No. Umbrella marketing came in as an outside group because it took us, and he's not going to mind me saying this. It took us about a year because he was the first employee we ever had. Yeah. He's the first employee we ever had. It took us about a year and a half to convince him to do these things. So I've said to him like, yo, I want you to do this and that. He would say to me like, I haven't got the experience for that. I'm like, don't worry about experience.
This is the
You're
experience.
here to gain the experience. And you get paid for this and that. And he was still going back and forth. Yeah, he's 18 at the time and he's like, oh nah. Yeah, so I'm a bit worried, this and that, but I don't have it. I'm like, bro, don't worry. But now finally, he's came, like you've seen the video of us in the train station and all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
He done that. Yeah.
What's his name? Give me a shout, man.
Dooley. He does, his at is Dooley TV. So...
Shout out Dooley TV.
Is that Farouk's cousin?
I don't know, it could be.
Dooley, okay.
It could be.
Could be.
I have no idea.
Did he go KC?
No, he went Boy Scout.
Okay.
So he does all of that for us, and obviously that's a side thing for him. But for our intention for him is what we've explained to him over and over again is for him to do that, but to actually pull away from working in the kitchen to dedicate his time to that.
Yeah.
But not only for us to gain the experience from us and to go and do whatever else, and which he does now actually. He done shots for Minoff Falls, I think it's called.
The Wellingborough Road, yeah.
Wellingborough Road and the Cake Inn or something. He done like shots for them.
No way.
He done a wedding yesterday actually. Done a wedding yesterday.
I was at the wedding.
Oh, with Umbrella Marketing.
Yeah.
So the guy with the camera.
Oh,
that's
yeah. Yes, I know him.
Yeah. Big shout out to him.
Yeah. Big shout out. Yeah.
So that's him. So yesterday he obviously got him invited by Umbrella Marketing to do as an outsider to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
I think he helped with the video recording for the wedding.
Exactly. So
Dilly
does.
What uni does he go to?
He goes Northampton now.
Okay, well, I'm hesitant to bring up work, but I'm going to bring it up anyway.
Yeah.
At work, there's a initiative called the Changemaker Media Incubator, where they plug in all these students who do these sorts of initiatives, and they act as a conduit between the students and external organisations, or even internal organisations as well.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, after this, we'll get
100%.
Julie's email or whatever, and I'll try and link him up with the incubator because that'll be a brilliant platform for him to get some work done. And so brilliant.
And he needs to. So those is a guy. Big shout out to those.
Yeah, big shout.
That's the value of these conversations as well. Like we get to see not just a place that makes banging burgers, and you know what, I now only eat the falafel burger because I just love it so much, and it's always an excuse to eat a burger but not eat meat, and it's amazing. But you guys are really... I go in the shop and I'm seeing familiar faces and I'm seeing friends from school, or I'm seeing youngers from school who are now adults and getting their first few jobs.
Yeah.
One thing that, crossed our minds when we were thinking about this podcast was, so as Yumas is in Northampton now, and congratulations you guys, you just expanded into MK and it's going amazing, and we went to the opening and it was sick. Such an amazing environment to see so many people there to support a local business. There's only I don't know, you might have a huge network, but there's only so many people, right, you can employ that you know directly. What are your thoughts behind eventually employing people you don't know, and how do you maintain that same ethos throughout those branches?
So for us, our mission statement, our vision is to go to any community and be able to make an impact in whatever community we're in. So in Milton Keynes, to make an impact in Milton Keynes. when we say make an impact, obviously the first thing you're doing is employing people, being able to generate money for the community. That's the first step. The second thing is also to do the different activities in those communities, whether it's youth work and all this kind of stuff, to try and actually have a long-standing impact in the individual communities that you're in. So in terms of employing people in those different areas, it's simple for us. We employ different people. We try to go for younger people, because in essence they're the ones that we want the link with. Because in those different, in Milton Keynes, for example, you have the different areas, and we also, like, we know Milton Keynes well. Like, our nephew grew up there in Milton Keynes, is born and bred in Milton Keynes. So the people that he brings and the random people that come through, we employ them and then gauge from there in terms of who could do the different aspects of things and who could potentially do this. So for example, in the kitchen you have different roles. You have the guy who runs the kitchen, him running the kitchen, that's the most important person in the kitchen, because without him it doesn't tick. Without him, like, things will break apart, without his organization. So you get someone who, after employing them, so 10 people employ, for example, 10 people apply, and then you go through the CVs, you employ them, but you understand that the training has to be the exact same as the training that you gave in Northampton. So we'll go through that training, not only the training of the how to make the products, but also the training in terms of hygiene, the training in terms of, like, essentially what we're trying to do here, what culture we're trying to push here, in Yuma's kitchen. And lastly, we push for everyone to get trained in every station. Then from there we'll go to different people, if depending on if they do part-time or full-time, and the experience that they have in the kitchen. Then we'll see if they need to get pushed on to running the kitchen. Obviously running the kitchen means more money for them and this kind of stuff. So that's how we intend to do it in all the different areas. But through getting to the young people, for example, in Milton Keynes, it opens doors for us to be able to do community work in Milton Keynes. So for example, in Milton Keynes at the moment, what we've done now is just transferred workers from Northampton to Milton Keynes. And we also have, like, a few Milton Keynes workers, but we aim to build that to release the Northampton workers to come back here and then to crack on with Milton Keynes going forward. But the culture, even though we won't have the same people who come from our community, for example, per se, but the culture that we build will be the same. So in Northampton now you have a variety of different people working at Yuma's kitchen, but the culture has to remain the same in terms of the work ethic, in terms of customer first, of everything, in terms of having fun at work. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds like, maybe from sitting in this position, it's like, bro, what are you talking about having fun at work? But it is.
Nah, I could tell you guys have fun. 100%.
They're buzzing. Some might disagree when it gets busy, but I don't blame them. I'll disagree when it gets busy as well. But when it's not so busy, everyone's cracking on and enjoying themselves.
How far do you want to take this Yumas work in the community? I'm sensing a Yumas Foundation or something like that.
No, it's everything, bro. Like, I'm being dead serious. Literally, our aim is to have an impact in any community that we go into. When I say impact, I mean, because I worked youth worker for like 10 years. When you're doing youth work and you're trying to have that conversation with young people, sometimes they could just be like, meh. I mean, they completely disregard you and whatever the case is. But once you're doing something, they can see that feasibly, that this guy is actually physically doing something, and they have this business or whatever the case is. You're able to gain their attention more. They're able to listen to you more. They're more able to accept you mentoring them, and through work you're able to help them more because they'll take the advice more. You're able to literally have that conversation with them on a daily basis. And then in terms of the actual community work, it's not only to build to look at like youth clubs and stuff like that, yes, but also to directly impact schools and all the things that we wish we had essentially. All the stuff that we wish we had, I won't say from when I'm talking about me and my brothers, we didn't have. So in terms of people in the community who are actually able to direct you, with an exception, there's Clive Irison, who's from Springborough's Youth. That's my guy.
You've given me a really strange memory there, Yasser. Sick.
So that's that really, and that's what we aim to do. And hopefully, as time goes on, hopefully Yumas Foundation and this kind of stuff.
I love that, man. And honestly, listen, I mean, you've got our support for the Yumas Foundation.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. I mean, we'd love to.
I'm there, man.
We'd love to support that and get that off the ground. My work, I think, offered me two paid days of like volunteering work.
Yeah.
So I'd love to be able to leverage those to. I mean, if they didn't pay me, it is what it is. Right? I'm not,
Yeah.
but
No.
I'd love to be able to leverage those to
No,
support the
appreciate
foundation when that comes about.
Hopefully, definitely. And with that in mind, our main focus, inshallah, will be education. Yeah,
Love that.
because it's everything, man. I don't know how to. It's everything.
Yeah.
So we hopefully hope to go into tutoring companies and this kind of stuff, and English as secondary language, adult learnings. This because it's important, obviously, that when that chain gets broken. So, for example, my mum, with all due respect, my mum done her best.
Yeah.
But the barrier there is still there. Someone who at the time couldn't speak English and all this kind of stuff. Obviously, at parents' evening, I'm lying. Yeah. they're saying Yasser did this.
You gotta play the system, man.
I'm translating.
Come on.
I'm translating completely different.
They're just looking at you, man, bare happy, like, what's she happy for?
My mum thinks I was doing good.
Yeah.
Until someone was able to translate the letters that came home.
Ah, damn,
Mr. Jackson.
Hey, Mr. Jackson, you know.
But yeah, that's
difference.
That's what I mean. If you're able to educate them and able to mentor, like even from a young age, bro, like from year 4, year 5, and this kind of stuff, it's important, man.
Yeah,
it's very, very, very important. If anyone is able to do that kind of, they should definitely do it. But yeah,
I think your reputation in the community has gone up. Then the mums must love you, the dads, everyone. You're giving their kids jobs, experience.
But I won't say me specifically, but yes.
Yumas as a whole.
Yumas
as a whole, including your brothers and all the family.
Yeah. Definitely not me specifically because I don't like them. But I'm joking. But no, it is. It's good in that sense, bro. Like, in all honesty, jokes aside, you feel happy when you go in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know a lot of them. Like, we know them since they're because. Bro, I know them since they're like 11, some of them. And a lot of them are like my friends' younger brothers. And it is good to see that, 100%.
Literally, the kitchen's a family. The whole business is a family.
100%.
And I see it with my own eyes as well, because I see
100%.
so many familiar faces, friends, family, all in there.
100%.
And it's always love.
100%.
How important is that reputation to you? And how does that manifest within the business?
You mean reputation of the business?
Yeah.
It's everything.
It's everything.
Yeah. Not everything, not in the sense that you focus on it if it's like because some people could make up stuff, whatever the case is, but I'm talking about like in terms of that the business is like this and it has to perceive it. Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah.
Because let me word this differently, yeah. When we say reputation, it's not like what people think, but if you're not doing those actions. I don't want people to think that we're doing this and that and we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Because then that has no bearing, that has no meaning in what we're doing. What I mean, if we are doing stuff and that reputation matches what we're doing, I don't want our reputation to be higher than what we're actually doing. I don't want the reputation for people to think that we're saving lives if we're not. Yeah. We're making burgers. Yeah? Like, that's what I mean. But if it's all equal, like, essentially we do our best to keep that high at all times. We do our best to keep that high at all times and to make sure that we're doing it with that in mind, of course. With that in mind. Yeah.
Okay. How big? I'm trying to think back now. So maybe this is a silly question because it sounds like you had the confidence in the idea from the beginning. But how big is that gulf between what you thought Yumas or what you thought running Yumas would be like versus what it's actually like now?
Listen, that there, I had no idea. Like you know, how do I even say this? Like, the idea was there, like I said, and I thought, oh, okay, this idea, like we thought this idea could work, whatever.
A few burgers a week.
Yeah. What it's got to, and I say this to one of my close friends, is that like I never expected like this, if that makes sense. I never ever expected this. So anything that goes on after that, like when we opened in the back kitchen, you know, we didn't have a sign for a few months. Yeah. For about 6 months we didn't have a sign.
But everyone knew though. Everyone knew.
And it's crazy. So these people are coming in and they're ordering and stuff, and the place is, for lack of better terms, ghetto. Yeah? Because that's what it was. Whatever money started, we just pumped it. No one like took out money and whatever money started it was the same money that went in to circulation into that. Yeah. So you put £50 at the beginning, and whatever money was made from there, you just kept it, and it allowed you to get to there.
Yeah.
And to see that now is it's nuts. It's nuts. Alhamdulillah.
I was gonna say the timescale of everything. To me personally, I think it was quick.
Yeah.
Was it quick for you?
From where? From the house?
From the house to the back kitchen to the shop to MK.
It seemed, now when I look back, it seems quick, because even when you was asking me beforehand, like, oh, how long ago was it? And I think like August 2019. Yeah,
Is that when you started?
June or something like this. It is pretty quick. Like when I look at it like that, it's quick. Yeah, but when you're doing it, like when you're actually working, it's long. It's long.
Yeah, man.
It's long.
And how do you? I was gonna say I was the link to that kitchen. You know.
You was, yeah?
I was.
Oh, you was?
Yes, I
you
was.
Big shout out to me. He was.
Hey.
He was definitely the link to that kitchen.
I know because
told-
I put I'll say his name PJ.
Yeah,
I won't say his full government name.
Yeah,
I put him on. I was like, yo, you got to try these burgers. Then I was like, he goes,
Because-
where these burgers get made? I was like,
Yeah.
from Yasser's house. He goes, okay. And then he tried the burger. He comes up and goes, yo, that was a banging burger, man.
Yeah. He said
And
to me,
he goes, you know what? I've got a kitchen. I was like, yo, holler him the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then he come through,
He
didn't
actually said that to me. He was like, bro, because he works with Shell, this and that. I was like, oh, okay,
What I'm
crazy.
saying, I didn't get no commission on that.
So Rash, so we'll put it on you now. Like,
Yeah.
we're saying 10%.
Say no more.
Hey, 10%.
You heard it here first.
Say no more.
I'll take a
No,
burger. I'll take a burger.
No, but it's crazy. That's
Yeah.
it. You're
See?
right.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he messaged me,
Yeah.
and then I went and checked out the kitchen. The only reason that we weren't that kitchen, yeah, obviously,
It's just random. That kitchen was made for you.
bro.
Do you
And it
know
was
how
down
weird
the
it is?
road from my mum's house.
Yeah, but do you know
Yeah,
how weird
so
it is? Like, who
crazy.
just has a random kitchen?
Yeah.
Just a random kitchen at the back.
No.
DJ.
Yeah, VJ.
You asked the question. Like,
And it was at that point my mum had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was in like December time. It was like Christmas just happened or whatever.
That road had enough.
Yeah.
That road, you just packed the road up
Nah,
with so many cars.
Nah,
man.
bless the neighbours. The neighbours are like, I don't mind the noise.
Just give me a burger.
Yeah. No, if they could turn the cars off while they're waiting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn, Rochelle.
Hey.
That's hilarious. No, but that is true. Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate it. I forgot about that. You should have reminded me earlier.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to pretend I forgot again. That's hilarious.
I just want a picture of myself there, innit? Or something just there.
Bro, that's
Rachel's kitchen.
No,
Yeah,
but it's so that's actually crazy. But do you know when I walked into the kitchen, it was me. I sent my brother the pictures. Bro was like, "All right, calm, just check it out, see what you think." Bro, we come from the house,
Yeah.
yeah. So it don't matter what I think.
Yeah.
It's not the house. That's all that matters. So I go in there, and I'm with the twins, and I think Yasser and Haroon. We're in there, and twins like, "Yo, so what are you saying?" I'm like, bro, it seems like a lot of work in here that I've got to do, yeah? And I'm there, I'm thinking, bro, this is it. Like what you were saying is like, it's fine taking a risk in the house,
Yeah.
but this is it now.
Yeah.
Like now
Yeah,
you've
they've
signed your
contractually,
name.
It's contract, everything,
you've
isn't it?
contractually taking the risk. And I was there and I was like, bro, so we end up taking it, whatever. Then I go in there with the twins and I'm just looking, thinking, where am I even going to start? Where am I going to finish, bro? I'm looking at this place and I'm thinking, bro, I was like, oh mate, this might be too much for me in terms of putting it all like together and all this kind of stuff. But alhamdulillah,
Alhamdulillah, man.
yeah, the cleaning began.
Who did that? I mean, again, we glamorize all this entrepreneurship and business ownership, you know.
Yeah.
But were you cleaning? Did you do
Oh,
the
yeah.
work?
Oh yeah. No, till now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of all of that kind of stuff, and yeah, that obviously myself and the people who were there,
Yeah.
who were there helping me. So like I said, the twins, there's Will, there's my brothers. It was a lot to do, bro.
So you get stuck in still.
Yeah, like in MK now. So whereas before, so now like Sal's left here. Yeah, so Sal runs with Northampton, and me and Mo in MK.
Yeah.
But like in MK now, I'll be in the kitchen. Mo's obviously at the front, and yeah, you have to, man. You have to.
How is it working with your brothers?
It's good. It's good and bad. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have your odd arguments here and there, but it's good. And like I said, in terms of the family aspects of stuff, and it's not only with your brothers, it's with the people that you grew up with, when you see them. Like sometimes it can be enough. And, do you know what I mean? You imagine waking up and seeing the same face every day,
Yeah.
and you're not married to them. Incredible, bro. Incredible. No, but it's good. It's good. You can't complain.
So I want to mention one of your brothers actually, because I was going through the Yumas Kitchen Instagram today, and it's, just to correct me if I'm wrong, it's Yumas Kitchen _ is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
On
yeah,
Instagram, so
yeah,
give them a follow.
correct.
Currently sitting at about 15k followers, so
Oi,
congratulations, guys!
big numbers,
you lot are
big
smashing
numbers.
Appreciate it.
it. I noticed on all of these videos you post, the soundtracks are perfect,
Yeah, yeah,
and I think, I don't know who chose it, how they chose it,
yeah,
but it's the perfect song. So
yeah.
who does that? And yeah,
Bro, first of all, so like Mo is big on those kind of things.
Yeah.
And Mo obviously grew up with your older brother, who's also used to be a DJ, used to be a beat maker and all this. So it all comes from there. If you see like any old school beat, first of all, it comes from any garage beat, comes from Mo. But generally any like picking of the beats, it's Mo. And he's very like, bro, he doesn't play. Like I'm telling you, I would hear him play that beat about 300 times in a day.
yeah,
I've got a headache from hearing that. But then like even when the drop comes and all this kind of stuff, and
It's perfect.
Yeah, he does all of that. It
it would have been very easy to go the traditional route when it comes to marketing. You know, upbeat, almost like almost a bit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's way too happy.
That is that.
first of all, I made that. Yeah, so if
Yeah.
anyone's got anything to say, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
You're talking to me directly. Yeah. But second of all, we went upbeat for a reason.
Yeah.
You guys kept it what we would listen to in the car.
Yeah.
Was that a conscious decision?
Yeah. So with all of the marketing in general, like if you remember the first video of Mr. CEO.
Yeah.
So when he showed people how to make the burger. Not Mr. CEO, the initial one before that, when he was showing when Shego showed, when everyone wants to know how to make the burger, then he's showing people how you have to do the arch and you have to throw the salt from over here and all this kind of stuff. We went with, because look, there's people who have budgeting of over hundreds of thousands. Yeah. You haven't got that, bro. You haven't got that. So you better become creative.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
You better be hilarious.
Buses.
My brother.
Who thought of that?
Again, my brother. Mo was on that. And when he told me, I was like, what, on buses? Like, we can get on buses, like where Marvel is. He's like, yeah, you can get on buses. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I want to see some buses.
Yeah.
That was my head. Like, I didn't believe it till I seen it. Yeah,
I think it was one of the best or sickest
yeah,
marketing
Yeah, he did.
because he went past schools, went
Yeah.
past uni.
Bro, when he said it to me,
everything,
I didn't
town.
know. Like, bro, when he said, bro, we'll put it on the side of buses. Yeah, no whatever. I'm like, yeah, cool, man. Me thinking like, when am I gonna see Yumas on the side of buses?
Yeah.
No word of a lie, I cannot make this up, bro. Wallahi. I seen them get recorded, like, when they're in the bus station bit, not the actual bus station, you know what I mean, where the bus actually come from, where they're born. Yeah. So I see them like, alright, cool, but like, there's a lot of buses that go around this town. I'm not gonna see, bro. I'm driving, I'm going past Audi. I see the bus. I'm like, oh shit, Mo wasn't even joking. Like Mo was not. It was nuts.
And Instagram was lit. I saw everyone snapping. Everyone snapping it.
Sense,
So I think it was a good marketing strategy.
No, it was good. Yeah.
Is it still light? Is the
It's in MK now.
Okay.
In MK, yeah. And again, Mo did that.
I would not have thought of that, to be honest. I thought, that's outdated, man. Who's gonna see it on a bus? That's just me and
Yeah.
me
No, but
personally.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I never thought, and I've never seen an independent company on a bus. Personally.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't see it until he showed me.
You legitimize it because you're in and amongst the Marvels. You're in and amongst the
I
what's that vitamin place called? Vita Well or whatever it is.
That's hilarious. They're
I
always
always see them on the buses, right? I always see them on the buses. So you're in and amongst those now.
That's
So you're one of
hilarious.
those. Just
Nah,
thinking
it's
of
crazy.
a marketing strategy. Now, I promise I won't ask for any money from this.
No.
But MK, just get on a few roundabouts, mate. Get on a few roundabouts. Put Yuma's Kitchen on a few roundabouts.
We're driving and I'm with Mo, yeah?
Yeah.
And Mo goes, we see this like little, it's got the road sign, but then on top of that, it's got a company.
Yeah.
Then it says this, and it says, and Mo's like, and we're driving or whatever. Me, I think nothing of it. And it's like, mate, exactly what you just said. He goes, I'm getting on one of those roundabouts.
Yeah.
Exactly what he just said. At least he goes, like, mate, we need to in those roundabouts.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
like, I don't know if it's
There's
that
so
easy.
many of them, man.
Bro, too many.
Too
like
many.
literally, like ridiculous. But
After
it's
the
good.
MK opening,
Yeah.
I had to go London, innit?
Yeah.
Bruh. About 12 roundabouts later, I'm finally on the M1. It's like,
It's a
listen,
headache.
I'm dizzy by now. It's
a
long.
headache. It's a headache.
very long.
It's good for deliveries, but headache.
Yeah.
Headache. But yeah.
Okay, yes, I want to present you with a scenario to close up a little bit.
Yeah.
Petrol prices are too high. What else is going wrong at the moment? Oh yeah, electricity and gas bills are too high, and the
Crazy.
government, they've sent you a letter and they've said, we're buying Yumas, you don't get a choice. Yeah,
Ooh.
we're buying Yumas for what it's worth on the market,
Mm.
and you're happy with the figure.
Mhm.
But what do you miss about working at Yumas?
That won't happen, bro. It won't sell.
You have to sell.
I have
In
to.
this scenario, you have to sell.
You just open shop again.
Bro, it's what I do every day, bro. It's like part of like who we are. It's actually what we do every day. Because like today, Monday, yeah. So sorry to sidetrack. Yeah?
All good, all good.
Today, so wake up, whatever, and Mrs. asked me, "Oh, what are you doing, whatever today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've got stuff to do." I don't know. I actually physically don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm there trying to find things to do because all the friends that we know, all the people that we're linked up with, all of this kind of stuff, we all link back to Yumas. So I don't, bro. Yeah, that's too difficult, man.
I'll accept that. You know, I think your passion is
Yeah, that
I
would
think
be
your
too
passion's
hard.
admirable. So
If you wouldn't know what to do with your day to day. I mean, you'd have to find a hobby or something.
love that.
What's the
Yeah.
plan for the future for the business? Any loyalty schemes? Any? I think I should have one, to be honest.
Yuma's black
I
cards
agree.
for
Hey,
the
the black-
podcast.
The black guy.
We have. I think Mo was talking about the black card idea, but
You've got my address now, so
yeah,
You've got my number, man.
That's
You got my
hilarious.
number, you got everything.
that's hilarious. No, but we're hoping in Northampton, another shop.
Another shop in the Hampton.
Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully,
Inshallah, man.
hopefully. Inshallah, if it works out.
What's that?
If it doesn't work out, delete this bit. Kavan.
yeah, I'll let it out. Let me know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wouldn't you want to open one somewhere else than Northampton?
We love Northampton, bro.
Smell what sells, innit? It
Yeah.
works.
Northampton's like when I say open up, I mean like in a completely different area. In a completely different area. So do you know what it is? I'll put it to you this way, yeah. We do obviously intend to open wherever else.
Yeah.
Why is Northampton first? Because you still got coverage to make. Yeah. Regardless of what people perceive as like, oh, everyone knows who you are. They don't.
Yeah,
They actually don't.
true.
Everyone knows who McDonald's is.
Exactly.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah,
How many of
they're
them are here?
scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't-
Okay, now I see.
Yeah,
I can
so
see.
I'm not talking about enclosed parameters. I'm
Mm.
on about like further away
Outskirts.
in different areas. But and no matter what we do, like no matter what area, bro, there's nothing better than home in Northampton. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing like I don't know. It's just something different. I know people obviously might perceive Northampton in a different way. They want to leave, but Northampton is
I love Northampton.
Yeah.
East or west,
Exactly
home is
that.
best, isn't it?
exactly that.
Yeah, man.
Exactly that. So hopefully Northampton and hopefully a lot more things to do.
Would
and-
you have, is it in your plan to branch out into the cities? Big cities?
Hopefully, but it all starts at home. There's still we've got Northampton, yeah, and Northampton's a big place. I think over 250,000 population, yeah. I
Yeah.
could be guessing.
Could be right, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it is, yeah. Then you've got the surrounding areas
Mm.
before you even get to the cities. So, and another thing also is when you are stretching out far, is, bro, when whatever you're doing, let's just say whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever, if you're not the one doing it, if you're not the one there, or someone who's linked to the initial launch,
Yeah.
someone who's actually been there for them, they're not going to take as much pride, no
Yeah.
matter what they say, because they see it monetary wise. Yeah, they see it as like this and that. We got to drop the quality to make more money. You got to do this. You got to do that. Yeah, you can't see it like that, and that's why you can't branch out too far too quick, because then you're gonna have to franchise, and we as of now we don't have no intention.
And there's three brothers, three main guys.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's three of us. There's obviously nephews. There's the close ones who are close to us, and so on, who have that intention obviously to do that,
Mm.
and hopefully there's enough backlog of people. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that's our last question, right?
Yeah?
We've got one more. This podcast is called Before Our Friends Die,
Yeah.
and you know we've just used this platform to ask you a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want the people to know before we sign off?
People to know in general,
Yeah,
you mean?
in general, what do you want to tell the people? Open question for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That's it. You mean to my friends? That's it.
That was a good answer, man.
Love that humility, man.
That's it.
You know what I would have said? Come Yumas. Come Yumas
Follow
now.
me on Instagram, Talbot Road.
Nah,
All these answers,
nah.
man. You just said thank
Nah,
you. Nah, that's a good
appreciate it.
answer. Really good answer, man.
Appreciate it.
Well, there we go.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, come Yumas. Come Yumas now.
That has been Before Our Friends Die in the Aki and Saltfish Digital Network.
Yeah.
You've been joined by me, Kavan,
Me, Rash.
and Yasser. So thank you so much for your time, Yasser. It's been amazing having you on.
Thank you, man.
Look, we can be found at Aki and Saltfish on Instagram and Twitter and all sorts of social media platforms. So make sure you check in with us and get connected in. If you'd like to ask us any questions or suggest any guests, please visit or email rather akhi&saltfish@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So until next time, we'll catch you soon.
Love.
Take care.